Alright, so the day is finally here. We get to finally test Yachiru Unohana in the Captain Killer Guild Quest. One of the more anticipated things for the 8th anniversary was the potential chance of us getting a Captain Killer nuker. A new character to finally make this guild quest a lot more bearable and potentially make it capable for us to get a really fast clear time. As of late, the best team has mainly been Yamamoto with some good sides, because quite frankly, there hasn't been a good lead. Well, now with the release of Unohana, we have that lead, and she is capable of getting very fast playtimes even without dupes. As always though, when it comes to guild quest nuking or even clearing fast in guild quests, if you don't have the main character max transcended or duped out, well then you have to compensate with some good sides. In this case, for this particular showcase, and we are going to try out hopefully later this week at 5 out of 5 once the individual does drop, we have Yachiru Unohana only special move level 1 out of 5. At the same time, I don't own a T-set, so it's kind of unfortunate, so this is the best build that we're going with her. No idea if this is the best possible build, but this is what I'm rocking with. For the links, I'm mixing a bit of full stamina and also strong attack damage. Again, only special move level 1 out of 5, level 10 SP, with full stamina and of course also weakened defense. When it comes to the side, one of the best sides for this particular week is, of course, 1000 Year Blood War round 14 Ichigo. In his case, he is capable of doing some respectable amounts of damage, especially if you do dupe him out. He is a melee character, so he is getting that 2 times damage output, and he also is the team booster, providing everyone with a 33% attack, focus, and also defense increase. In his case, he is max transcended with full stamina and also damage to weakened enemies. This is the build that we're going with him, and then again, once more, links are a mixture of full stamina damage and also strong attack damage. Now, when it comes to the third character, we're going with 6th Anniversary Aizen, mainly because the Captain Killer Guild Quest doesn't have access to some really good sides. The other option here would be the Technique Fierce Battle Renji, and he makes for a decent side. But the clips that I have been seeing of people using him, it looks like he's almost doing nothing for the team. So instead, just to make it, because I have him max transcended, we're going with 6th Anniversary Aizen, good or reliable Aizen. Even though he is a ranged character, he still has some good damage, so we're just going to go with him. In this case, this is the builds. These are the links. He's max transcended with full stamina and also damage to weakened enemies. With that said though, let's jump into the quest and see how she does perform at only special move level 1 out of 5. Alright, I'm pretty excited about this. Our first attempt, let's see how it does go. We're going to go in straight away and nuke like that, for example. Then SA3, then SA1, and then SA2. Look at that. First attempt at only special move level 1 out of 5. We went through that quick. That was good. That was really, really good. Look at that. 4-second clear time. I mean, listen, for a 1 out of 5, that is really, really good. Again, this was the team that I was using beforehand. And that team, if I reset enough, would maybe get a sub 10-second clear time. This team, on our very first attempt, 4 seconds. Obviously, it's capable of getting faster. Maybe if I do take out Renji, maybe if I had a T-set, I'd be able to get a potential sub 2-second run. But the main thing that I love about Guild Quest characters, especially ones that are good, is consistency. And we're about to check that out now. Is this course consistent? Well, for our first attempt, it potentially looks like it will be. You could maybe make the case that I should save the summon for the final boss, but I feel like using it straight away is going to be the go-to here. Constantly going to Sergeant, but our strong attack damage is really good here. In this case, though, we used all our strong attacks. Maybe didn't nuke the best there, but we're going to restart the app, because I do want to get more than 3 attempts here. But that run in particular wasn't as good as our first run, so let's try that once more. Alright, attempt number 3 then. Let's hopefully get Aizen to use a strong attack at the same time too. Like that, for example, it feels a bit better. Then we use our SA2. And then we use our SA1. Looks like a 4-second clear time, at least with my particular team, is very consistent. Our last one we kind of fumbled there a bit, but still, a sub 5-second on the Captain Killer Guild Quest is great in my opinion. Obviously though, now with Yachiru, runs are going to get a lot more competitive. Oh, nice little cheeky set of orbs though. There are going to be a lot of people out there now clearing significantly faster, sub 1. But at least for me, if I'm able to get a sub 5-second run on most of my Guild Quest teams, that's really good. For the most part, every Guild Quest, I get a sub 2, sub 1 now at this point actually. It's only the Espada and Captain Killer Guild Quest that are kind of been dragging me down a tad bit, as with most people to be fair. Espada, you're able to get a really fast playtime if you have Okura duped out. I unfortunately don't, but I'm still at the very least able to get a sub 5-second run, sub 10-second run. With Captain, I've been mainly taking sub 10. Now it looks like we've improved it just by having Yachiru, right? On no dupes, remember that. Only 1 out of 5, we're able to now get a sub 5. Her individual is coming out while this guild quest is active, and I'm definitely going to be trying to go for dupes of her, because I have seen runs with a Yachiru. Shout out to my guildmate Dragon. At 5 out of 5, she's able to easily get into the final boss, and 1 strong attack is enough to clear it out. If we had better sides, characters that are able to actually do good amounts of damage to back up her soul damage, then you'll be able to easily nuke through all 5 waves. So due to that reason and the fact that it's Yachiru, she's really good in PvE content and one of my favorite characters in the game, it's giving me more reason to go in on her individual banner to try and get her duped out. I have 3 rainbow move sources, so I wouldn't mind using those on her to get a max transcender because she can be one of my go-to characters, especially for the Captain Killer Guild quest. But do remember, right? She's not the traditional nuker, you know, she doesn't have the weakened defense, she doesn't have the bombardment that most nukers do have. And that's kind of a bad thing, but she's still able to get a really fast playtime. But do remember, we are getting a harder difficulty of Guild Quest coming out potentially after September, and that outright might kill nuking, like we saw with the normal difficulty. You see here, normal difficulty was just damage increase. When it came to the hard difficulty, they not only made it so weakening has an 80% resistance, they also cut our soul bomb damage in half. Now, even with that, we've gotten some really good nukers that are able to clear this quest super fast. Who knows what the ultra difficulty or the ultimate difficulty, whatever they're going to call it, will look like. If they outright kill nuking, it's going to make character the Yachiru Unohana even better because she has some ridiculous amount of damage on her strong attacks. You'll see that in our runs. We were able to soul bomb into the 3rd wave, maybe 4th, but we were still able to go through the 4th and 5th boss super fast with 3 strong attacks because we have a massive damage output thanks to that Frenzy +2, 80% SP boost, and of course the Rampage skill, which might even get better in the new difficulty if there are more enemies. So let's try that a few more times. Let's see if we can potentially change our strategy going into this. Let's use our SA3 there, then SA1, and then soul bomb now. Doesn't like soul bomb and then was the best thing to do. Maybe soul bomb and right away is the best thing, and then just focus on using our strong attacks. Alright then, so on to our potential final run just to wrap up the video. Let's go in, let's use our soul bomb. Again, consistently going into Shunsui. Then we go here and use our SA1. A tad bit slow here actually, to be fair. Looks like Ichigo didn't use his SA3 right away, but still a consistent sub 5-second run is actually pretty good. Obviously, we did have some good sides of us. Then again, not really the best, to be fair. I mean, compared to other weeks, right, the sides definitely can get better. And as of right now, that is what brings down the team the most, right? Aizen, of course, is an amazing character for Guild Quest, really good, especially with our SA2, but we are using a ranged character in a melee Guild Quest week. When it comes to the ranged Guild Quest, you can be the best character for that. Ichigo is a team booster, and it's great that he has a 960 AoE radius on that SA2. Great for syncing up, but at the same time, he only has a 60% berserker, right? He also doesn't have the booster skill. In the future, someone might come out with that, and we might even get better sides, for example, that are able to do some respect amount of damage to pair well with Yachiru. So this team right now definitely can get better, especially if you do get dupes of Unohana. But again, in the future, like I mentioned, even if you have Unohana 1 out of 5, if we start to finally get some good Captain Killer sides to pair well with Yachiru, that's only going to make it even better for those that don't have a duped out. At 5 out of 5, she does most of the carrying, and it really doesn't matter what side you have, even if they're less invested in. So definitely a good investment character. Pretty much we've showcased it a lot in every type of content, right? In Limit Breaker, she's amazing. In Arena, Guild Quest now, for Captain and Soripa. In IT, she's without a doubt one of the better characters in the entire game. Definitely someone you want to have in your account, and her individual banner is coming up, so I would recommend, especially if you do like her gameplay, to summon on that banner. Again, I'll be going in on it, even though I already have her, for the idea of getting dupes. Because I do like nuking in Guild Quest, and I do want to get a sub 1 second run with a team like this if I do get a duped hour. And I am willing to spend 3 move sources. Either way, hope that you enjoyed the video. Trying out Unohana in Guild Quest, definitely someone worth using. She is worth the excitement. I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.